What is up, guys, and welcome back to another Middlesbrough match review with your boy Super Simo 16. So yesterday I went from Middlesbrough all the way down to Stoke, and we ended up drawing. And I mean, it was a very tough game, but on the other hand, it felt like we should have had the 3 points, and we shouldn't have. You know, it's one of those games. It was very sloppy first 20-25 minutes, a typical Borough first half performance basically. We've looking at midweek where our teams come out firing straight away, and then we go to Stoke in the first 20-25 minutes we're pretty much asleep. We're just running round after the ball, chasing players, losing the ball, doing silly passes, and then all of a sudden when it gets nearer to half time, we wake up, we perform some beautiful passing along the floor, we're holding it up perfectly, we're getting balls in the box, we've had some very clear-cut chances to score and put the game to bed basically. But yet again, Middlesbrough, for some reason, we don't know how to score goals, and it's very, very frustrating. I mean, we can do it in the Cup, we can score goals in the Cup. When it comes to the league, you know, our strikers for some reason have left their shooting boots at home for the past few league games, and it's frustrating as a fan to watch because we've got the chances. I mean, if we look at yesterday, Hugo, absolutely phenomenal yesterday. I mean, yes, he did fall on the floor a bit too much, and Pulis has already had a word with him to try and sort that out and cut it out of his game. Hopefully it does work. But yesterday, his hold-up play on the pitch was absolutely brilliant. And yes, he's a big lad, he's a strong lad, so we want to see a bit of strength used from him when he's on the ball. And he was able just to manipulate that into his game, and he was holding it up brilliantly. And that ball that he received, he chested it down, spanned the two defenders, got a good burst of speed to get away. And all he has to do is put it left, right, or even through the legs of Butland. Okay? So what he hasn't seen, which is a typical striker, he hasn't seen Marcus Tavernier on his left-hand side. Absolute gaping space. I mean, if he puts the ball straight across, 1-0 Borough. Easy peasy. But Hugo has seen the back pages saying Hugo scores, winner for Middlesbrough, and he's gone to take it just a bit more around the keeper, and he's hit it straight at him. So yes, very frustrating because that probably would have been it. I think we would have won it from there. Probably a scrappy 1-0 win, but it would have been 3 points and it would have made a difference to the table. But he didn't score. It was a shame. And then we had the same situation, but this time it was Tav on the ball. Hugo in space, and Tav sees the back pages and misses completely. Goes into the away fans, basically, where they're holding the ball for him. He's hit it that hard. But it's one of those things. Hopefully we are working on our shooting because we're getting the chances, but we're just not finding the back of the net. And I mean, I hate to say it, but if we look at Leeds, they know how to fucking score goals. So why don't we watch some of these other teams that are scoring goals, and see if we can work that into our game plan. But yeah, looking at Stoke yesterday, very tough team, and we've seen that from the first 20 odd minutes. It was mainly all of them. I mean, you got Tom Ince, who is really good to watch, to be honest. I've watched him on the TV, but seeing him in first contact in a pitch from a bird's eye view is basically brilliant to watch. He is really a very skilled player, and he did give us some trouble in defence, but we managed to get rid, and that's what we wanted. Basically, we wanted to stop people like him from getting past the defence and causing trouble for Randolph, who pulled off a very, very good save. Even if the shot was offside, he saved a beautiful shot that was just going into the bottom corner. So another great performance by Randolph. Some of the decisions in that game as well by the referee were bollocks, basically. Absolute bollocks. I mean, there was one where Clayton has gone 2-footed into Sam Clucas, but he's got the ball. And then Clucas has pushed Clayton, but he's also used his elbow, and we could see that from the away end. And I mean, the refs probably stood 5 yards in front of these guys. And Clucas has hit Clayton straight in the face. We've seen it because he goes, holds his nose. And Clayton gets booked. How does Clayton get booked for getting hit in the face? I mean, it's not just this season, it's the season before we got promoted and the season before that. For some reason, the refs do not give Middlesbrough any decisions whatsoever, and it's fucking frustrating as a fan to watch because, I mean, Shawcross was hugging Hugo through the whole game. He had his arms like this, all the way around him, and the ref's in front of him. And when Hugo goes to the floor, yes, sometimes he was a bit like a little touch and he'd fall over, but there's sometimes where he's holding him and he's trying to turn and he's fallen. That's a foul. Now, when Borough did that to Stoke players, Stoke got a free kick. So how does it work? Because we weren't getting anything, so why are they getting their fouls? It's just really annoying. But yeah, moving on from that. The overall performance of Borough was brilliant from the second half, I'd say. I thought we played extremely good football, and that's what we want to see. I mean, he brought Wing and Tav on, and with an instant impact, those two changed the game. Their speed, their telepathic passing all the time, they knew where each other were, and they changed the game for me. Danny Bath, first championship start basically for Middlesbrough, and he was amazing. To fill in the space of Danny Ayala and to play like that yesterday, absolutely phenomenal. That lad played his heart out, and that's what we Borough fans want to see week in, week out. He put on a great performance and he was well deserved as the Man of the Match award. But I would have so many Man of the Match awards given out to those players yesterday. I mean, Randolph, how he's not getting Man of the Match in some of these games, I don't know, because he's saving us sometimes, and he's a world-class keeper. He really is a great keeper. He's doing so well for us. And he's probably not getting the gratitude that he deserves, but that's football. Yeah, Bezic as well. Non-stop. That lad was probably out of position all the time, but he was coming back, defending, and then all of a sudden straight away, running straight through their defenders, midfielders, and creating those chances. And it was non-stop. He was going through people, and that's what we want to see. We want to see a bit of a battle, and that's what we like. But yeah, I was kind of a bit disappointed we got a point, but it was better than no points. I mean, we've gone all that way, and as I said in my previous video, no games in the Championship are easy, no matter who it is. Stoke were a very good team, and they put up a good fight. Not being biased, but we should have won. As a Borough fan, I will say we should have won. Stoke fans will say they should have won, etc., etc. But I think we played the better football, and we just weren't gifted the win, unfortunately. Yeah, so that was the football bit of things as well. But yesterday also, people were wearing these beautiful things yesterday, the poppies, to pay respects to all the ex-servicemen and women who fought for this country and other countries, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today, and we wouldn't be able to go and watch football probably because of what had happened during those awful times during the war. And getting on to it, there's a player called James McLean who plays for Stoke City, and for some reason this man feels he doesn't have to wear a poppy on his chest, which I find extremely disrespectful because I come from a forces family. So someone disrespecting this flower is an outrage, to be honest. I don't think he should be able to play football in this country. If he doesn't want to wear this poppy, go play football somewhere else. Simple as that. Okay, this is for us. We want to wear this. It's our honour and pride to wear this. And we saw him during the minute silence run down the tunnel and not even stand there, which is very disrespectful to see. I mean, yes, he has his views, and that's his views, but some of us, like myself, don't agree with it. The Stoke fans, whenever we were chanting "fuck James McLean," complete silence. Now that must tell you something. Do they agree with us, or are they just not getting involved because they don't want to start anything either? Now, probably the funniest bit is, there was a Stoke fan just to the left of us, of their tunnel, and he was holding up an Irish flag of some sort, and he was shaking it towards us fans, and we were giving it him back, saying "fuck James McLean," etc., etc. And a Stoke fan had run behind this lad, grabbed his flag, and threw it onto the pitch. And we all applauded him, and he applauded us back. Now, you have Stoke fans taking flags off their own fans and throwing them away because of how disrespectful that man was. I mean, one man out of all those fans there thought he would get the upper hand by disrespecting us. Well, it didn't work, did it? Because you were outnumbered by your own fans. So, shame on you for thinking you were there to get one over on us, basically. This poppy is an honour to have on anyone's chest. So, and towards the end of the game, we saw McLean walking towards the tunnel, so we gave him some more abuse, which is going to happen. If you're not going to wear a poppy, you're going to get the abuse, basically. And yes, in a way, our fans shouldn't have acted in that way, but they have, because of how passionate they are. And McLean has, from some of the videos I've seen, he's actually put his middle finger up to the Borough fans, which has made them a bit more agitated than they already were. So they're getting a bit riled up, they're jumping on the stewards, etc. And he's going like this to the Borough fans. So we're going to get worse, we're going to chant louder, we're going to try and get to him and try and, you know, get our hands on him. But wasn't me particular, because I wasn't nowhere near where he was. He was right at the front with all these other Borough fans, and they were going mental. And he was, you know, we see footballers when they, so if they come back to their old clubs and they've gone to another club that was their hometown, but they've gone to, say, a Borough player's gone to Sunderland. If he comes back to the Borough, he'll probably get booed, because you shouldn't really be going to Sunderland when you've been at Borough, if you get what I mean. So, yeah, he's getting the abuse that he deserves, basically. But footballers are known to, like, block it out, block any badness that they hear, whether it's racial or any other negative words that are chanted towards them, and if they're in another shirt, basically, another team colour. But for some reason, James McLean can't block it out and has to retaliate. So from his side, it's not very professional. But that's another thing. And then he goes and puts something on Instagram saying that Borough fans are uneducated. Okay, whatever you say, mate. But anyway, fuck James McLean. I hope you've enjoyed this match review. I will bringing out another one for Saturday when we face Wigan at the Riverside Stadium. Can't wait. And hopefully I'm going to be doing some challenge videos later on this year, maybe into next year, with my good friend A.J.T. So if you've not seen his channel, go check him out. I'll link him in the description. Top lad. And he's got some great videos, great match reviews, great match reports. And he also does some gaming, like I've already talked about in my previous videos. Anyways, thanks again for listening. I hope you've enjoyed what I've brought you today. Please like, share and subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Up the borough.